Hello and welcome the internet to a very somber episode of What I Think I Know. I had to throw today's episode out entirely. Today is September 11th, um, and we'll get to all the things we were going to talk about later, but something more important is going on. Yesterday, that would be Wednesday the 10th, at about noontime, very shortly after, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I'm sure a lot of you watching this already know that, um, but I want to just speak about it for a little while. First off, my prayers are out to him and his family. As a Christian, this is a kind of a strange time for us where we mourn his loss greatly. Uh, we're going to miss the heck out of him. The world will not be the same without him. But also, we know that he is now sitting at the right hand of the Father, and he is in a place that could not be better. He's in the best place there is, watching out over us, our whole country, and he'll always be here with us. I've heard some pretty disgusting things from one side of politics, uh, essentially saying that kind of he deserved it. I do want to touch on that. You're seeing this thrown all over the internet that he said gun deaths are worth the Second Amendment, and he's correct, but you are drastically misunderstanding what he's saying. Essentially, what he is saying is, if I can relate it to cars, you might better understand it. In order for the people to drive cars, we have to accept the fact that every once in a while, two of those cars are going to meet each other at speed, or a single car will meet an inanimate object, and people will be hurt or unalived. It is a necessary evil. Otherwise, we could go back to horse and buggy. Although, buggies break and they're really high up off the ground. So if a wheel axle breaks and your wheel falls off, your thing tips over, you fall 10 feet to the ground. That might hurt. Your horse then kicks you in the head. So I don't know if horses and buggies are that much safer. You could walk, but then of course there's rocks on the ground, so you might stub your toe or roll your ankle. So if you don't think we should be driving around cars, you just better stay home. And kind of the same thing goes with firearms. A lunatic is at fault. Guns are not at fault. Don't make it political. It's not political business. And even if you do make it political, well, the only gun that you can use this event to illegalize is a bolt action rifle, because that's what the killer used. And I mean, that's a kind of a quintessential, if guns are in any way legal, you can't ban a bolt action rifle. So your political efforts are wasted. So please just shut up and go away for a minute. Let us mourn. You'll notice that after his death, there were not riots. We have not burned down any cities. The Republican Party has not. And we won't. That is not how we operate. We are fairly civil people. Now, I will say I think it was in Idaho, there was a candlelight vigil held in the street in honor of Charlie, and somebody rode through this vigil on an electric scooter and was yelling "F Charlie." He got his ass kicked. I don't condone that by any means. I think the people should have just let him go, but I understand it fully. A hero of ours was just assassinated on live the internet and in front of thousands of people. the person who got beat up was perfectly fine. I guess to my knowledge, I haven't heard about it today or anything. This was from yesterday, hearing about it yesterday, so I guess something could have happened. But um, uh, anyway, that's not how we react to situations like this. We will act legally. The person, now this is a total assumption on my end. I guess it's more of a bet. I would put money on the shooter being transgender. Um, it's just kind of that's typical at this point. That could change. Whatever, or it could. I could be wrong, rather. But that's what I believe at this point. Um, they have not been caught yet. This person, I don't know, male, female, I don't know. But this person's not been caught yet. But when they do, I can't remember who it was. If it was the governor of Utah, or if it was like the police chief of that local precinct or whatever, whoever it was, they were very certain to remind the public that the death penalty does still exist in that state, and I truly, truly hope they use it. I am not judge, jury, or executioner. Um, uh, that's not up to me, but in my personal opinion, I do not want to be living with people like that. I don't think you can come back from something like that. It's like with pedophiles, we know factually that they cannot be rehabilitated. There is an extremely low chance that they will not reoffend. There's almost a guarantee that they will. And there's actually some of those folk who have asked to be put down because they knew already they weren't going to be able to control themselves. And it's the same thing with people like this shooter. He will never be a normal human in society. That's it. And I'm sure it was before that act that he should not have been in society any longer. Like the transgender black man who stabbed the Ukrainian what do you call it? Asylum seeker, essentially. She fled the war and came over here and was stabbed in the neck 3 or 4 times by just a random gentleman. Some little facts about that. He walked away from her, repeating, this is caught on the cameras, repeating, "I got that white girl, I got that white girl." And then somebody kind of tried to help him. "Hey man, you're losing blood," because he cut himself while he was stabbing this poor girl. And he admitted, I stabbed that girl over there. And he said that she had called him an N-word, even though she clearly did not. But it's the same sort of situation. It's disgusting. There is no use for that in society. And frankly, from their side, they have damaged their own team even more. Charlie Kirk was a legend. He was a hero. He was a legend. He will not be forgotten. He will never be forgotten. And in fact, his death created thousands more of him. Every young person in the Republican Party, every young person who saw him as a person to emulate, for a long time, I'm sure they were sitting at the sidelines going, "Wow, this is fun to watch. I'm glad he's doing it, and I don't have to." Unfortunately for the left now, all those men see that, well, and women, but all those young people now see that we have lost our greatest spokesman, and they will stand up, and his place will be filled. Not the same way. Again, he will be greatly missed. But his role will be filled by hundreds, if not thousands, of young people. The country's going to stand up and stand together. These liberal side of people, it's not going to stand, or it's not going to last much longer. My suggestion, my honest suggestion to the left, is to sit down and shut the fuck up. For a little while, just go dark. If you do anything to agitate our group, you will be kicking off the second Civil War. We are on the verge. We are on the edge. Almost all of the Republican Party, if you ask them candidly, off camera, in the back room, in the locker room kind of thing, they will say yes. I don't want to fight. I don't think we need to fight. But we're going to fight. Now, all of us on the Republican side, we don't want a civil war. We wanted to work this out with words. We wanted to figure this out civilly. But you just killed the best man we had at civil conversation. He was the dam that held back all the radicals. He was the dam that stopped us from speaking out. He was the one shielding you guys from us. Because he was civil. He was calm. He was very friendly. He was one of the nicest people out there. Anytime there was something that he disagreed with, he wouldn't just go, "Oh, you're stupid and you're an asshole and you're an idiot," whatever. No, he would break it down. He would try to work through something with the people he was talking to. Not just say, "You're wrong and you're dumb, go away." That's what the people would do to him. But that's not what he did with the people. He was very civil. He was very good at what he did, and he was very generous, very gracious with his actions and responses. Unfortunately, we have been boxed into a corner for, 15 years now? They've been telling us you can't say certain words. You have to use words that somebody makes up on their own. You got to call a he, you have to call a he a she. You got to stay inside and you got to wear a mask. If you don't get a needle full of strange fluids stuck in your body, then you can't work. You can't go into stores. You can't attend events. I hate to say it like this, because this word's been so overused, but the left is 100% the fascist group. If you don't know what fascism is, just look it up and look at what the left does. It's disgusting and it's unbelievable. It's the same sort of thing that we've been living through for 10, 15 years. It crept up slow, then it took hold, and it gripped, and it tightened its grip. And we're not letting that go on any further. You thought you had us gripped by the throat. Nope. Not the throat. At best, you had us by the pinky finger. You're squeezing hard, thinking you're cutting off the circulation to something important. I love my pinky finger, but I can go without it. Granted, with a liberal grip in it, I won't have to cut it off. I'll just take it back. And that's what the right side of the aisle is about to do. I don't know what kind of form it's going to take. I highly doubt it's going to be violent in any way. I personally believe that it will simply be at the voting booth. And you will see a very, very red country for a very long time. When I said liberals need to sit down and shut up, I truly mean that. You have all overstepped your bounds. You have all been in the wrong for a very long time. It is your turn to sit down and shut the fuck up for about 10 years. Leave us to right this ship. Hopefully learn from us, but that ain't your forte, I know. So all in all, I just want to say that I never knew Charlie Kirk personally. Um, I never got to meet him. I never was that fortunate. Someday I will, obviously. I will meet him up in heaven. Um, for now, gosh, I hope his family's doing okay. I know there's just about no way his family could be doing all right now. Um, but he and his family have a very strong faith. So I know that the Lord's going to take care of them. I know the Lord's taking care of him, and everything's going to work out. We just had this conversation last week, I think, with talking about the children in the Catholic school that were gunned down. The Lord has a reason for taking life. It might seem crazy to think that children dying in a church could have a purpose, but it does. I don't know the purpose, but I trust the guy who does know the purpose, and we will see it soon. And all this building up, I think, has been essentially building up to Charlie Kirk, and we're going to see a whole different world after this. This is akin to Martin Luther King. I think it's going to have a very similar effect. Not the same effect, but a similarly large effect. The people will come together in this country. I can guarantee that. And if anybody fights back, there's going to be trouble for those people. I'm not calling for violence. I'm definitely calling for no violence. But we have been pushed to our absolute limit. And humans are humans. Some people are extremely angry. Me personally, I was absolutely furious all day yesterday. Like I said, I've never even met the guy. But he's been such an important person in American life. It's absolutely gut-wrenching, heartbreaking. I was extremely angry yesterday. Today, I feel nothing. It is as if a family member of mine, a close family member of mine, has passed. It's truly disgusting. I don't have too much more to say about this. I hope the perpetrator hangs publicly. I hope Charlie's family is well taken care of. I know they will be. Charlie had so many friends. He was such a genuine, awesome guy. He had a lot of friends in very high places. So I know his family will be taken care of, money-wise, physically. I just pray their hearts will survive. Especially, I don't remember if he had two daughters or a daughter and a son, but I know he at least has a daughter. And for those kids, man, my heart breaks for them. That's really all I have to say for now. I'm going to sign off and leave you with just a couple clips from his life and a little like tribute video and a song actually. it might be like 10 minutes of recording. I haven't actually put this all together yet. I just kind of have some ideas, so I don't know how long it'll be. I ask you to stay till the end out of respect, but obviously this is the internet. If you want to leave, no, I'm not going to look down on you. Also, on my videos, there's only like 2 to 5 people who actually watch them. So, and I don't even know if they're watching the whole thing. So if you do watch the entire video, every video, comment down below, say, hey, I watch every video, rest in peace. But anyway, that's not what this is about. I'm just a little lost. But anyway, I might just make another video and probably post it on Monday of like a normal show. But this is what I felt was appropriate for today. And so God bless you all. God bless Charlie. God bless his family. And we'll see y'all next week. Take care.
Declaration only refers to God 4 times in the Constitution. It doesn't refer to God at all. And it only articulates the structure of government. Is common law Christian in nature, or is it not?
Remember that we were a collection of states and colonies, and you need to read the state constitutions before anything else. In almost every single one of the original state constitutions, Pennsylvania included, they had, I profess Lord and Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior in the original state constitutions. A common law is an outgrowth of the scriptures. So let's go to 3 principles of common law: due process and jury of your peers, wrapped into the ultimate biblical principle that you shall not favor justice if you are rich or poor, which is the idea of blind justice. We get that in the West, which is incorporated also in the New Testament ideal: neither slave nor Greek nor Jew, you're all one in Jesus Christ, which we get the idea of human equality. These are all biblical ideas. They're not Enlightenment ideas, which is they kind of get conflated at the time. But more importantly than that, they say that God was only mentioned 4 times in the Declaration of Independence. Well, that's a big deal.
Charlie, how old are the kids?
About to be 3 and 1 years old.
Okay.
So we're right in the thick of it. For our daughter, she sometimes screams for a screen. No, actually, you don't get the screen. And shout out to my wife. She's so good at this. Oh, you don't want to eat dinner? Fine. You'll have breakfast and you'll have something next morning.
Protecting the family unit was also something Charlie believed was a top priority for America.
How are you? What a beautiful kid that is.
Thank you.
What a gift from God.
Much. Yeah. She truly is. She is the biggest blessing. Something that kind of has me like on the fence of whether or not I go kind of like full blown more like conservative or moderate is just seeing how like welfare has like really like destroyed like the family unit. I see that, we're starting to save a lot of money. Do you think that some of that money should go back to maybe like reforming the way that welfare is done to help poor families who do want to kind of pursue that American dream?
Great question. The number one objective of any social welfare program should be, how do we keep the family together and put dads back in the family?
Yes.
That is the number one priority. Every number gets better for every community if dads are around. Every number gets worse when dads are not around. Unfortunately, in the black community, dads are the most absent of any community. About 2/3 of all black youth will be raised without a stable father around. And I know, it's crazy, right? To have a father figure is a silent way of forming a child to be a mature citizen. And unfortunately, as we've removed dads from families, government has come in and has taken the place.
Charlie brought that same passion to his belief in the future of young conservatives.
But those of us that are conservatives, we have an uplifting message for America, one that is hopeful, one of family formation, one of church attendance going up, one of business ownership, of entrepreneurship. And think about the message of the Democrats. They say your country is racist, your past is terrible, your entire nation is irrelevant and should not really exist in its current form. They say you might die of climate change and that systemic racism is everywhere. What a depressing worldview, and the impact has been culturally transformational. The movement is ascendant and growing, and everybody in this audience, I hope you understand, we are seeing the greatest generational shift since Woodstock. We are seeing a generation that was supposed to be liberal, supposed to be progressive, becoming increasingly conservative, and that is, for the Democrats, an existential dilemma for them and their political future.
If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered?
I mean, if I die?
Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
Charlie, long live your legacy. All the things you did for me, waking up the youth of our country, helping us all stay American and free, fighting for the Constitution and American ideals. The Lord is with you and His word is your shield. May the angels take you up to heaven with God. You are a true hero and your courage leaves us in awe. Don't worry, friend, just rest in peace. We'll always remember all you did for this country. You're way up in heaven looking down. For eternity your spirit will stick around. Without you, nothing will ever be quite the same. But we will always remember your name. You spoke to the youth and changed a generation, a legend in the history of this nation. May you have eternal salvation. May this song be a true celebration for all that you did and all those you